Sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
The meeting is in order. Before we begin the agenda, Deputy Mayor, would you do us the honor and read the land acknowledgement, please?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We respectfully acknowledge the City of Corner Brook as the ancestral homeland of different populations of Indigenous people. We also acknowledge with respect the rich histories and culture of the Beothuk, Mi'kmaq, Innu, and Inuit of the province of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Perfect, thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. Good to see a big crowd here tonight. Always nice to have people in-house for meetings. So let's get it started. Would someone like to move the approval of the agenda, please?
Mr. Mayor, could I add
Yes.
one item to the agenda, please?
What's that? Go ahead.
Quick update on the paving cutovers this past season, and just a couple of questions on road work.
Okay, we can add that. We'll add that just around the business arising there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So you just, is an update on the patching?
Paving cutovers and patching and some road work.
Okay, I'm sure that Mr. Burden can fill us in a little bit.
On that note, can I add something too?
Yes, what?
No, I just, much the same as an update on the work on Curling Street,
Oh, okay, yeah,
please.
I know what you mean. Okay. Good stuff. We can do a little information updates. That's not a big deal. So would someone like to move that agenda?
So move, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Seconder?
I'll second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contraminded? Carried. Okay, approval of the minutes. We have minutes from our regular meeting on August 19th. Would someone like to move the approval of the minutes, please?
So move, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Seconder? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Contraminded? Carried. Do we have any business arising from the minutes before we get to those couple items? Nothing there? Okay. Mr. Burden, maybe you could tell us about what patching and paving work is left to be done for this season?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. So we still have approximately 25 water and wastewater cuts to be patched. Talking with the contractor, they're hoping to get back into the city on the 17th of September to start them. And shouldn't be much more than a week to 10 days to clue them up.
Okay.
Yes, Mayor.
Yep.
Thank you for that, Mr. Burden. Just one other point, some constituents have called with regard to some section of road between Georgetown Road and Allen's Road, a couple of nasty holes down there and some large channels with regard to might need to look at. So perhaps between now and the next meeting, we could someone have a look at that and give us an update on that street.
Yeah, we'll touch base with Mr. Burden and make sure, of course, they're in access E11.
Yep.
So, again, always, if you see something that needs to be repaired, 637-1666, get it in the queue.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. And the other one was, Councillor Griffin asked about the stats for Curling Street. Maybe, Mr. Charters, you could tell us about what's going on down there?
Sure. When we started working on the site, we ran into some, surprise, rock issues that we didn't expect, so we had to do a redesign. We also had to have Bell and Lyon come in and do some work that we didn't expect. So that work is going to be completed, and the switchover will happen, I believe, this coming Tuesday evening. And then the crews will go back on Wednesday morning, provided everything goes well, on Tuesday evening, and then it'll take about 6 weeks to complete that work.
Okay, is that
Yep,
good?
perfect, yeah.
Perfect. Yes,
How is that affecting our bus route?
I don't know. Mr. Charters, do you know?
I don't know the answer to that. It's been in place for quite a while, so I'm sure they've made changes to the routes or where they pick folks up to accommodate that. I haven't heard any complaints about it, to be honest.
I got one complaint in the beginning, probably the first or second day the school
Yeah.
was open, so maybe now it's all rectified.
Well, I
I'll
heard-
just check back and see.
I've heard from the business owner, well, I know a couple of the business owner down there close to the site has had some issues there just because of disruption, of course. Unfortunately, there's no good way to reroute traffic around that or do one lane open. So the good thing is, though, from a bus perspective, I think that this work should be completed before we're into snow issues or hill issues or things like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Mayor?
Yes.
Yeah, if we, can we go back to the water cuts, just a
Yeah.
comment? I've been I've been contacted by a resident on East Valley, and apparently the water cut was missed when they did it last year, so they're doing it, so now, but as you know, the thing with water cuts is that, once the machinery moves, they're not gonna bring it back.
Yeah.
So you almost gotta wait till it goes around again. I'm just wondering if if there's some way we can, I don't know, just make sure that, double check to make sure before they move.
I think that water
Everything's
cutting
done.
question has already been discussed. I'm sure, Mr. Burden, you're aware of that one.
107, I think it is.
East
Just
Valley.
below North Street, between
Yes.
North Street and the,
Yeah, so how our patching contract is currently worded is, we gave the contractor a certain amount, which equated to a certain amount of money, to do the patching for us, and it was let out early in the spring. So what happened was they came in and did all the patches that were on our list, minus the East Valley Road one, which was missed. And basically, they seen it as their contract was then complete with the city for patching, and moved on to our regular asphalt program, and then moved on to all their other asphalt jobs they've had. So next year, when we do that tender, we'll be doing it differently to try to capture the fact that we'll need them more than one time. So
Perfect.
that's what we're looking at for next year. So
Perfect.
we
Thank
don't
you,
get in
sir.
a position of having to wait so long to get them back.
Good, thank you.
Okay, we've had a few proclamations here, a couple to mention. September was declared Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. There are about 10,000 children living with cancer in Canada today, and each year about 1,600 cases are diagnosed. As well, September 17th was declared Schizophrenia Education and Awareness Day. Approximately 1,100 people are living with schizophrenia on the west coast of Newfoundland. There will be an education and awareness workshop on the 17th, and detailed information is attached in the agenda. And we will share it on our social media platforms, of course. Okay, Councillor Gill, we have council travel report. The date's wrong. I think it's January to July this year.
Yes, correct. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. City of Corner Brook Council Remuneration and Reimbursement Regulations states that a summary of council travel expenses by councillor will be provided to council semi-annually and reported at a public meeting. In accordance with this regulation, the council travel report is presented below, and you will see in the attachment, we have travel by the mayor to the symposium in Gander and FCM conference in Calgary, as well as Deputy Mayor Chazon attended that conference. Oh, and so did Councillor Keeping, and that brings the total to $12,286.11.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions on this report? No, good. Okay, thank you very much. Next, Councillor Griffin, we're rescinding a stop work order on Pratt Street.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A stop work order was issued to the property owner at 68 Pratt Street for constructing a retaining wall and altering the site grading of the property without the required building permit. The stop work order required the property owner to restore the site to its original condition or obtain the necessary building permit. The city has issued a building permit once all required information was presented to the City of Corner Brook. Be it resolved that the Council of the City of Corner Brook rescind stop work order number 2024-01 in accordance with Section 102, Section 3 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act. I so move.
Thank you. Seconder on that?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Questions on this one? That's pretty straightforward. Okay. Okay, let's vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Contraminded? Carried. Okay, we have the recreational vehicle regulations coming back Councillor Pender is not here to introduce it. Who would like to read, maybe Councillor Griffin, you'd like to read this one for us?
Sure.
RFD?
Okay. After a successful 2019 pilot of the new recreational vehicle regulation, the city is further considering the addition of more streets to the list of streets that all-terrain vehicles can legally operate in the city of Corner Brook during the ATV season, as noted in the current regulation. The city conducted a public consultation on this motion and received comments from 10 people, of which 3 were opposed to the added streets and 5 were in support of adding the extra streets. 3 reports were considered informal. An updated copy of the comments received is attached. At the regular meeting on August 19, 2024, the following motion was postponed and is now being brought forward for a decision. On a motion by Councillor Charles Pender, seconded by Councillor Pam Keeping, it is resolved that pursuant to the powers vested in it by virtue of Section 201 and 202 of the City of Corner Brook Powers, the Council of the City of Corner Brook hereby amends the Recreational Vehicle Regulation 2019 by adding a revived Schedule A, which will permit operation of more streets as follows. West Valley Road to connect Confederation Drive to West Street, Sunny Slope, Country Road, Poplar Road, and Carver Road to connect Lundgren Drive to Broadway. For the 2025 ATV season, starting May 1st, 2025, Corporal Pinson Drive, University Avenue, and Mount Bernard Avenue, connecting Elizabeth Street area to Main Street.
Okay, and that's it. So that is to bring the motion back before council. So I guess I'll open the floor. Are there any questions or comments?
No, Mr. Mayor, I don't have a question, just a couple of comments. As the introduction, the councillor referenced, we've had a very successful ATV pilot in the city the last number of years. In each successive years since then, we've done additional streets, and this came up at the last meeting with the rock order at the end of this evening. I've heard from numerous residents over the last 3 or 4 years that were on streets, that didn't have access to the trails, that were seeking access, and I work with all council members and staff to get to where we are this evening. We all know the economic benefits of the ATV use, bringing ATVers, not only locals, but ATV users from across the province and out of the province. They are a great economic boost to the gas stations, to the hoteliers, to restaurants, and that's what we're all about. We're about implementing policies and procedures in the city to enhance the economic activity around the city and around the region. And again, I want to thank all those that reached out to me over the last number of years with regard to enhancing this particular program, and I have no reason to believe why we should not enhance it and vote in favor of this evening. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Anything else?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, go ahead.
at the last meeting, I stated that I was personally averse to ATVs driving in our streets. I personally am averse to motorcycles, ATVs, snowmobiles, anything with a loud motor that doesn't have 4 wheels and a steering wheel and is encased like a car where you are safe inside. I'm averse to all of those things. That said, I am going to vote in favor of this because my personal aversion, I guess, shouldn't affect what something does good for the city. But I just want to go on record that, yeah, I can't get behind, like I just can't get my mind around why we would allow ATVs driving around our cities any more than we would allow snowmobiles, which the province actually mandates us not to have. So I don't know, there's a reason for that, so why shouldn't there be a reason for this? But anyway, blah, 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 I'm going on, but I will vote in favor of it because, yes, it's good for the city.
Thank you. Anyone else?
If I
Yep.
can, Mr. Mayor, for me, this all started when I've heard so many, when I first came on council, I talked to so many ATVers. And their complaint was when you're coming this way, you'd have to stop outside the city, put it back on your trailer, and trailer it to another spot, and then take it off the trailer and continue on the trail. That's what I heard. And anyway, so we were missing out on a lot of business opportunities, and well, just to echo what Councillor just mentioned. And I think, like anything, if it's done right, and I find that ATVers kind of police it themselves too, because they know if somebody is not following the rules, then they're going to make it hard on everybody. And I have no reason to think that I've yet to hear anything negative about it, only the what-ifs, and I get that. I understand that. And I support that, and but for me, this is bringing our city into a new generation of, just catching up, really. That's all we're doing, and there's other cities that have kind of piggybacked with us, and everybody's, our region, everybody's jumping on board because, well, let's let Corner Brook do it first and see if they fall on their face. And no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but anyway, it's proven to be successful, so I have no issue with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? Yes, go ahead.
I had concerns last time, Mr. Mayor, over, ATVs in school areas, especially Mount Vernon, because it's something that was closed, I guess, for 3 years, and now we got it open. I had a concern with that. It's not going to start until May 1st, 2025. And as a former teacher working in school areas, I know that sometimes students don't look. They run out in front of a big bus, much less an ATV. But we did get a statement today from Malda School saying that they didn't feel it would be an issue. So there you go. I don't feel it's an issue either, and it certainly will be. I know it will be policed and will be reported when it happens. So let's move on, and I certainly will support the motion also.
Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm hating myself right now. I can't support it, so I won't be supporting it, sir. I can't. I'm trying to, but I can't do it. So.
Okay.
Really
Well,
trying
you-
to, but I
you can-
can't.
You, when it's come turn, you can vote yea or nay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever
Thank
like.
you.
Anything else? I'd just like to say again, thanks Todd and staff for putting together the information here. Yeah, it was a pretty resounding, I love the statement that was in from the school that said, from the school board, saying, I would not separate ATVs and side-by-sides from the normal morning drop-off flow. Is part of the normal traffic. The health services as well indicated they could sound no concern as well. So thank you for that information. I will say that it does generate a lot of interest, and it's fantastic to see such enthusiasm for this on both sides, because we have such little engagement now when it comes to a lot of issues in the city. So when we see people passionate about things and seeing people come out and voice their concerns is excellent. So thank you for that. This has been a fantastic project since 2019 when we brought it in. I get comments on a weekly basis from people all over the world who come here and experience this, either through cruise ship passengers, but locals as well. So why would we offer something to our tourist friends if we can't enjoy it ourselves? And this is what I think is important, and this is what brings us together. So anyway, we'll see how the vote goes. I think that it's been a really good exercise in just examining this issue. And yeah, if there's nothing else, let's take it to a vote. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Counter-minded? Carried. Okay, next we have, Councilor Granter, we have another regulation that we have to deal with, the taxi regulation.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Due to ambiguity of definition of taxi in current taxi regulations as it relates to other forms of passenger conveyance services, proposed regulation clarifies the definition of taxi and excludes ride-share services and chauffeur services from city regulation, as the province already regulates such services. More clarity has been added to the appeal section of the regulation, and requirement for hospitality training has been changed to require customer service, tourism, and or hospitality course when prescribed by the city. With recent enactment of provincial legislation for ride-share services, Mr. Mayor, and the recent question of chauffeur services within the city of Corner Brook, staff identified a need for more clarity on scope of the regulation. The director met with taxi service providers and a chauffeur service provider to ensure the revised regulation was acceptable to their service operations. No comments have been received from the public regarding the proposed revisions of the regulation. Pursuant to the powers vested in it by virtue of Section 229 of the City of Corner Brook Act 1990 and all other enabling powers, the Council of the City of Corner Brook hereby adopts and enacts the taxi regulations 2024 and thereby repeals the City of Corner Brook taxi regulations 2018. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Seconder on that?
Second.
Okay, thank you. Questions on this one? I think this one, again, is a pretty straightforward amendment. Nothing controversial here, is there? I haven't heard of any rideshare services, Mr. Quinn, in the city pop up yet.
There is one that has applied
Okay.
and has been approved, but I'm not aware of them actually operating here yet. So.
Any other questions? No? Okay, let's vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Okay, now fun one we all love. Council remuneration review. Councilor Keating.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In accordance with Section 15 of the Council Remuneration and Reimbursement Regulations, in 2018, a compensation review is required. I knew it was going to happen. Is required to be conducted in the third year of each council's term by an external and independent third party. The review is a benchmarking exercise that reviews the current council compensation in comparison with other municipalities in the province, as well as municipalities of similar size and operations. Following the completion of a review, any recommendation for a change in the council compensation requires a change to the bylaw and cannot be implemented until the next term of council. The review was conducted by LW Consulting and very recommended an increase in council compensation as proposed below. At the public council meeting of August 19, 2024, a notice of motion was presented to amend the council compensation reimbursement regulations, Appendix A, as per the recommendation in the benchmarking review report. The notice was advertised on the website and social media, and no feedback was received. The amended Appendix A is attached and reflects a change for the mayor, deputy mayor, and councilors as presented below. Currently, mayor, $39,300. For 2025, $48,293. Deputy mayor, $27,120 present. In 2025, for $35,119. And for councilors, $25,380. And in 2025, $32,209. The report also included recommendation to allow for the compensation to be adjusted annually in accordance with the Consumer Price Index for Corner Brook region. The proposed resolution, be it resolved that pursuant to the powers vested in it by virtue of Section 18 of the City of Corner Brook Act 1991 and all other enabling powers, the Council of the City of Corner Brook hereby amends the Council Compensation and Reimbursement Regulation, Appendix A, as proposed. I so move.
Thank you. Seconder on that?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Questions on this one?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
not a question so much as surprise, I guess, that we didn't get any feedback on this, because this is typically a pretty hot public issue when council wants to raise its remuneration. Although in this case, I notice councilors are actually going down, but irrelevant, you know, it's still going to be an increase to our budget.
No, that's wrong.
No.
What?
That's incorrect. That's a typo.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was,
Yeah.
I thought it was weird, and then I thought
It's
maybe I
20
read it wrong last
It's
time.
25,000. You make 25,000, you're not taking a decrease.
Damn it. I'm joking. Yeah, I thought that was weird. Anyway, okay, but then I thought, oh, well. Yeah, so, but anyway, back to my point. Again, surprised we didn't get any feedback, and I'm just wondering how effective it is. This has nothing to do with this particular motion. This is just me speaking in general terms, but all of the motions that we make and the ones that require public feedback, if required, like website and social media, that's it? That's all we do? We don't put it on the radio? I know there's no newspaper anymore, but, you know, we got local radio stations that we could be advertising on. I'm going to say a lot of our elderly population probably didn't even know that this was coming to the table today, because they probably don't have internet or they're not on social media. So Anyway, I was just going to make that point that maybe going forward, we want to look at our practices with respect to getting our messages out to the public. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Thoughts?
I just comment. I think it's important to remember that this is not for present council. So we're not, if this should go through, it's not that like we're giving ourselves a raise.
Correct.
Right? This is for the next council. That's 5 or 6 people sitting around this table may not even get elected next council, right? So I just wanted to, just to keep that in mind. And I think another thing to realize, like this, there's so many people in our city that do volunteer work, and God bless them. But I think we need to keep in mind that this is not by, not through anything we did. This is not volunteer. This is salary position. We work for the city, right? I know it. And I think that, listen, if we're going to get qualified people, road smart people, and to take the time, because like when certain topics come up, we're under a lot of pressure. We're under a lot of pressure. We hear from everybody, and it's not a walk in the park. And I think really that everything is going up, everything. And I got to be honest, I really have no issue with it. That whoever's going to sit at this table next term, if they get a little 2%, 3% raise, whatever it works out to. I mean, everything's going up, everything. So why is it that, council, fee, salaries is such a big issue, Because it's, I guess back in the day, you gave yourself a raise, but we fixed that. We fixed that. We're not giving ourselves a raise. It's got nothing to do with anything like that. It's for the council that's coming in. So it's, even though we can support this here tonight, maybe of no benefit to us at all. That's all. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else? Yes, go ahead.
I guess everybody sitting around here or has followed me since I became an elected official 15 years ago knows my take on the raise. I looked at it, read the report, studied it. I guess, and what we have to keep in our mind, it's not a volunteer position, but it's also not full-time positions for all of us sitting around this table. Each and every one of us sitting around this table have second jobs. Most of us have second jobs, or we're retired. And I know most,
yeah.
Mr. Mayor. I didn't want to single you out and say the mayor doesn't, but you're looking at, if we go with the proposed raise, we're looking at anywhere from a 23 to 23% raises. And across the board, we're looking at some of our residents who cannot afford to sit in their homes during the winter. They have to go to the mall. They can't afford the heat. They can't afford to buy food. And I just think this is not a wise use of taxpayers' money right now at this time in our lives and this time in our economy to look at putting a raise in position. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I have to agree with the Deputy Mayor's evaluation of the proposal. It is over a 20% increase from the base out of the report, and then an extra CPI index on that first year of 2025 for the next council. And I do agree with Councillor Griffin that it is for the next council, not for the current members sitting around this table. The only requirement of us sitting around this table is that we had to do a review in the third year. Yep. Under the regulation, we had to do a review or have an external review completed. That review is now done, and anytime between now and the next election, which will be the fall of 2025, we can have a discussion or change the recommendation or change the regulation to be enacted in the next council. So we've already done that. So there's 2 or 3 parts to this particular proposal. One is a base increase of 20% plus, 24, 25%, and the other is the CPI index. So there might be some appetite around this table not to have the base increase at 20%, but there might be some more appetite around the table, and each councillor can speak for themselves, because you'll have the run on that if you decide to run again. But there might be some appetite around the table with regard to a CPI index, and the CPI index 2 years ago was at 5-6%, 6-7%. That's not been a historical high number like that. Traditionally, it could be between 2 and 3%. So council members might, over the next few months, as they look at the next council who might sit at the table, bring a recommendation forward that they have an increase based on CPI index for Corner Brook, maxed out at a certain amount. And, but as it sits right now, Mr. Mayor, I won't be supporting this one this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? I'm going to take some liberties here just to say my piece on this. Of course, you can step in to chair this at any point if I get a debate going. I'll say that I took this job 7 years ago, and I've treated it as a full-time job. I've been more than here. I take probably less vacation than most of our managers, because that's my wife's fault, because I basically take vacation when she takes her vacation. But you know what? 7 years ago I signed up and I knew what the salary was, and I took that job for that salary. Now, to my family's chagrin, I stayed another term, and who knows what the future will bring. I don't know if I'll be here again a year from now, but we'll see. What I worry about is not so much about getting paid what you're worth, because different councillors and different mayors will do different work. But I do worry about attracting talent and attracting people who are of a good mix of socioeconomic backgrounds, ages, things like that. We're very lucky on this council. We have a good gender balance, relative balance. I am dismayed, though, that we don't, and no offense to my colleagues, but I've been the youngest person on council for 2 councils now. And that's not good. And I don't see a lot of candidates stepping up in the elections that are younger, in their 20s, say. And I'd love to see that. So when I look at the rates here and I look at the study, I do think a couple things that we need to look at. One is first of all, getting this comparison done in-house. There's no reason why this has to be done by a third-party consultant. I think that we have staff that are more than capable of doing a comparison of jurisdictions around the island here, especially, to see how much they get paid and if we're in line. As it is right now, we are the lowest paid of the 7-11 in council and mayor salaries. That's not a bad thing. It's not, but it is bad from a recruitment perspective. So I think we should be enacting an increase for the next council, whoever that is. But for the reasons I stated, it's about attracting new blood. Of course, people expect compensation, but you have to justify it to yourself and your family when you take on this role, and that's why. So, anyone else? Okay, well, let's take it to a vote. All those in favor of amending it, say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded?
Nay.
Nay. Carried. I wasn't sure that would go.
Mr. Mayor, may I just say
Yeah.
one thing, and just in relation to what you said about recruitment?
Yeah.
So, I think the reason we have trouble recruiting younger people, for to sit around this table is because the playing field is not level with respect to the campaign process. So, somebody who's older in age, has their contacts made in the community, has lots of moral support, friends they've developed over the 30 or 40 years that they've lived in Corner Brook, they're going to have deeper pockets for signs, ability to recruit volunteers to help campaign, whereas somebody who's in their early 20s, say is somebody that's in university, decides that they'd like to run for city council, they don't know anyone in Corner Brook, they maybe have some friends at university that can help them, but I don't think that the carrot at the end is not the reason why people run. I'm not being very articulate tonight, I apologize. It's not about the carrot at the end. It's about having the support at the beginning and being encouraged, and encouraging young people and people of various genders, transgendered, BIPOC community, and supporting them. So maybe the city wants to look at capping the amount of money that can be spent, lowering it than what it is now, maybe providing some kind of a grant to everyone who runs, so that everybody who pays their $50 and gets their signatures and throws their hat in the ring has some kind of seed money to begin with. Yeah, anyway, it tweaked me when you said that about, recruiting people, but I don't think the end is, this is not the means. The end is not the means. The beginning is the means of the support that people need in order to enter into the race. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, one last item, Deputy Mayor. National Day for Truth and Reconciliation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. National Day for Truth and Reconciliation is on September the 30th, 2024. The National Day for Truth and Reconciliation is a statutory holiday for employees in the federal government and federally regulated workplaces. The holiday was created in June of 2021 with the intent to educate and remind Canadians about the history of residential schools, honor victims, and celebrate survivors. The province of Newfoundland and Labrador has not yet designated this day as a provincial statutory holiday. However, they have closed provincial buildings and given provincial employees the holiday. The province states that consultations are ongoing with regards to making this day a provincially recognized holiday. Our proposed resolution, be it resolved that the City of Corner Brook approve the request for September the 30th, 2024, the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation to be a holiday for city employees, and grant the City of Corner Brook and staff the day Monday, September the 30th, 2024, to reflect and commemorate the tragic history of the residential schools in Canada. So moved.
Thank you. Seconder on that?
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Questions on this one?
Good one.
Yeah, well, I wish, the only thing I'd like to see is to make it a provincial holiday, and then we can not go through this every year at this point, so. But otherwise, any other questions?
Is there any indication that the province is going to adopt this as a provincial holiday? Are you aware?
It's been continuing on as a day off for provincial employees, but it
Right.
hasn't been made a holiday at this point.
Thank you.
Okay, questions? No? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Thank you very much. We are
Mr.
going
Mayor?
to, yes.
I'm so sorry I've interrupted you 3
Go
times in
ahead.
this meeting. I just wanted to make a note of Dr. David Smallwood, who received an Achievement Award for Music NL this past week. I'd just like to extend congratulations, and I'm sure council joins me on that.
Yep. Perfect. Yes?
Yeah, while we're passing our patent backs, I'd like to pass on congratulations to the Western Snow Riders. Apparently, they received the award for the International Snowmobile Club of the Year. And with that, they will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And the International Hall of Fame, apparently there's 1,700 clubs worldwide. And to me, this speaks to the work that these guys put into it. And apparently, people are noticing. I'm not really a snowmobiler as such, but I mean, to me, anything international, when someone in our city gets an international award, I think it needs to be acknowledged. So I'd like to pass on my congratulations.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Well, with that, declare the meeting adjourned.